The Pasuk in Yirmiyah says, has a nation ever exchanged its gods, which are not gods, but my people have exchanged their glory for worthlessness. He says, what does this mean? That the Jews changed their gods for worthless. He says, Mashal, the Arab who lived with his family in the tent, in the hills, far away from the yeshuv, from the civilization. So he used to be a shepherd, grow vegetables, and have the sheep, and he would make, tchotchkes and makeshift tools. Very, very old school way of living. So one time he was riding his donkey, and he found a cave. Inside the cave, he finds a big chest, a big box. He opens this box, he sees gold, gems, huge treasure. But he's a simple farmer. He doesn't understand what these things are. And he took them and he brought them home. He said to his wife, look, God has gave me a wonderful treasure. And look what, for sure, it's probably from my ancestors, and God gave it to me now. So his wife said, what are we going to do with this? He says, well, what do you mean? He took out this big goblet, gold goblet, encrusted with diamonds. He says, this we're going to use to hold the chicken feed. And we're going to go and feed the chickens with this. It's very good, easy to spread the seeds. And he says, you see this beautiful jewelry box, right? A very nice ornate jewelry box. Is this we're going to put the hay for the goats. They're going to eat out of this. And like this, he took all those wonderful possessions, and he thinks that they're meant to be tools for this, use around his farm. So now he says, I'm so happy God gave me such beautiful items. He says the scepter, there was like a king's scepter. He says this is to use for the scarecrow. It's a good stick to hold the scarecrow, to scare away all the birds. And one day he's using all these tools for the farm, and a sultan was traveling by, and his scout sees through his telescope that there's something shining in the middle of the hills, very, very shiny. He said, whoa, that's not normal. Let's go check it out. And he tells the sultan, I found this gold scepter. I found this beautiful gold cup and these huge treasures. This is worth millions upon millions of dollars. So they go and they said, go talk to this guy. Who's this farmer? He goes to the Arab's tent. He says, listen, let me give you good advice. Bring your new tools to the palace and the king will pay you well. So, okay, what does he want to do with farm equipment? What does he have to do with donkeys and goats and chickens? Okay, say come. He comes. He brings all the tools to the king. So the next day, he has an audience with the king. He goes into the throne room, and he sees that the king lives in such a majestic place. So many similar objects. He says, this king, he has so many similar things like I have. Like, he's also a farmer. He's also into the same business I'm into. And he was so shocked, and he said to him, listen, peace be to you. However, you should know, I want to teach you, you're misusing it. You don't realize what you're doing. You're putting the most precious of gold, of silver, of diamonds, and you're putting it in the mud, and you're letting the cow eat out of it. Basically, you're off the moon. Let me teach you what this really means. Says the Ben Ish Hai that Hashem gave us similar items, treasures, tools that are priceless. The limbs of our body, our eyes, our ears, our mouth. You go to get a prosthetic today, how much it costs, even arms and legs and fingers, and how much more so eyes. Eyes is very hard to find. The smell is very hard to replace somebody's sense of smell. Hearing, people could get a cochlear implant, and that's a whole surgery and thousands of dollars to get an implant. But nonetheless, Hashem gave it to us for free. Hashem made it to work every single day for us. And Haz Shalom, we shouldn't use it for the mud and the chickens and the goats and the dirt and the filth. To look at immodest things, to hear Lashon Hara, Haz Shalom, to make jokes with our mouth about other people, to eat forbidden things, to do forbidden deeds with our hands or our feet, to go to improper places. So he says, a person has to know, if you're falling into this and you're misusing them, it's out of ignorance. It's out of ignorance. The farmer didn't even realize what he was holding. That's why he used it for dirty things. But if we would understand what is the gift of our arms, our eyes, our ears, our nose, we would be like the king who would say, what are you doing? You're misusing this. This is not meant for this. It's such a low, worthless purpose. So therefore, we have to realize and appreciate, if you're misusing it, It means you either don't remember that it's from Hashem, or you don't appreciate what you have. Once you appreciate the fact that we're alive, the fact that we can see, the fact that we can hear, the fact that we can use our limbs, we have to make it. We owe it to Hashem to use it for the proper thing. Pasuk in Mishlei says that Ozin Shomat, Ayin Ro'ah, and Hashem has made both of them. The hearing ear, the seeing eye, Hashem made both of them. Thank God we are given the Torah of the truth and life. But why did HaKadosh Baruch Hu wait till the Jews left Egypt to give them Torah? Why didn't He give them right away to the Avot, to the Abraham, Isaac, Yaakov? He waited all the way till Moshe, and then we were 40 years in the desert till finally got Torah. So he says that the whole idea, the Merkei Avot, the last Mishnah says, Sha'akol bara lichvodo. Hashem created the whole world and everything in it, and the Torah and the Jews and everybody, in order to recognize God's greatness. As King Solomon said, right, that you have to know the God of your father, ve'avdeu, and serve Him. And there are two ways to achieve this. One, by seeing the miracles of the world. A person realizes, look at this miracle, medical miracle. Let's say somebody came back to life. Wow, Hashem is so great. But there's another way. There's another way, and that's called the easier way, which is studying Torah. There's the hard way, and there's the easy way. Hard way is you go through hard knocks in life, and then you're stuck in a pit, and Hashem saves you. So then you can go and relate over from your experience the greatness of God. But there's people who don't have to go through all that suffering and have to be stuck in a place to get a salvation. They just study Torah and automatically have emunah, automatically they know to do the right thing, automatically they know how great Hashem is. So the deeper a scholar goes to the Torah, the more the divine wisdom he gets, the more emunah he gets. Thus the hearing ear and the seeing eye, Hashem made both of them. Which is, he says that the ear, right, represents what? Represents hearing miracles, right? Hearing from other people their experience, right? So let's say the Gemara says that why did Hashem create thunder and lightning? Is to go and to make the crookedness of the heart go away, right? A person hears the thunder, boom, he goes, whoa, yo, you hear that? Look how great Hashem is, wow, wow, wow. We get scared a little bit, like we are not in control of our life, and in 1 second Hashem could take it away. You see the greatness of Hashem. So that's scary, but at the end of the day, it's good because now you have emunah. So that's like experiencing a miracle. But then there's ayin ro'ah. Ayin ro'ah is the easier way. Seeing eye. What's a seeing eye? The seeing eye is learning Torah, using your eyes to learn Torah and to see it yourself, get emunah yourself. That is the better way. So therefore, there's two ways. The hard way is ozin shomat. The easy way is ayin ro'ah, seeing with the eye. So the miracles that happened for Abraham, Isaac, Yaakov, how did they learn? They learned through miracles. Abraham was thrown in the oven, and he survived. You have Yitzhak Avinu, who was Akedat Yitzhak. You have Yaakov Avinu, Lavan, Esav, all these trials and tribulations, and they were miracles that they were saved from. And then we have finally the Jewish people who were in the Misraim, and they had even more miracles than them. They had the 10 plagues, they had Kiryat Yamsuf, they had tremendous, but over there, it wasn't just Abraham, Isaac, Yaakov. They had miracles, and then they tell their kids. The Moshe Rabbeinu had experienced miracles with all Am Yisrael. They didn't just Ozen Shomah. They didn't just do listening from Abraham, Isaac, Yaakov. They saw it with themselves, as it says in this week's parasha, right? That when they did Kiryat Yamsuf, even the maidservant saw Hashem in a higher level than Yechezkel ben Buzi, the Navi Yechezkel, who saw, he has many chapters in the Navi of all his prophecies. A maidservant was able to say, Zeh Eli v'anveu. Zeh means she could point to it. She could say, that's Hashem. They're right there. I see it. I see the greatness of Hashem. I can go. I know for sure there's Hashem. I see it with my eyes. So therefore, Hashem gave the Torah to that generation. Why? Because Hashem wants us not to learn the hard way. Hashem wants us to learn the easy way. The easy way is the ayin ro'ah. But the problem is the eyes, they have eyelids. If you want, you could close your eyes and you don't see anything. Then how does Hashem get your attention? If a guy's eyes closed, how do you get his attention? You yell at him. You scream at him. Ozin Shomad. Hashem says, oh, you close your eyes? Ozin Shomad. Then I'm going to get through your ear. Through your ear, it's not so simple. It's not so easy. You'll be stuck somewhere and you'll get your salvation. You get a miracle. But the Ayin Ro'ah, you avoid all those issues. Baruch Adonai Olam. Amen.